Hey there, it's your doodle with too much time on his hands, Doodle here with another video. And today's video, we're going to talk about this boy himself and his first TV adaptation he's been in. Because, as you know, he's in the new movie, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and I love that version no matter what. So there may be a little spoilers of the movie, but not too much. But I want to talk about his first appearance on TV, because he has been in a game, but again, his first appearance in a show or anything like that was actually in the Ultimate Spider-Man TV show. I'm going to be completely honest, it is not my favorite show of Spidey. It is not the worst. The worst in my mind is the Marvel Spider-Man. Not the game, the show. But we're here to talk about Ultimate Spider-Man. The reason why I don't like this show specifically is because they took Peter out of his element as, being the everyman, every kid, I guess. He would go to school, he'd do all his chores, but also have the weight of the entire world of saving people because of a mistake he made. Nope, just take that all out. He's Spider-Man 24/7, and he's going to teach a bunch of kids around his age about how to be heroes. Because he needs to be, a leader, which is not really a Spider-Man thing. Him being a leader is not the bad thing. It's not a normal thing that he does. Also, something that doesn't help either is the actor, Drake Bell. And, besides of all his alleged crimes, he just was not a good actor in my mind. He sounded very flat, and he tried very hard to be funny, and just didn't work out. Really hard to hear him as Spidey. His jokes did not really work out, and again, it was just him trying to be a leader with other heroes that weren't even as interesting. But then when they went to the third season, they were like, you know what? Let's scrap all his buddies that he has, and let's just introduce more Spideys by introducing his own Spider-Verse. And the first episode had this man, had Miguel O'Hara in the first episode. And I have my thoughts on it. This was not my first introduction to Miguel. I knew him from the game.
The year 2099 might not be much, but it's all mine. And he's not gonna change it.
And then I knew him from the comics. So I was expecting all the, normal things that you see from him. Because in the comics, Miguel is very different from Peter. That's why I like him so much, because he was also an accident to become Spider-Man. He was just a genetic engineer in the year 2099, which is supposed to be far away, but it's really close now. I could probably survive and still be in 2099. But he has more of a genetic code to an actual spider. He doesn't have that electromagnetic thing that a lot of times in the comics Spider-Man has. Or Miguel also does not have spider sense and has organic webbing. And those are very big things for him. And you maybe call me a hypocrite if I said that I don't like that, since spoilers, in the movie Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Miguel had web shooters, or kind of zippy, Omega Beam type web shooters. But that's a different case. I think because I got my head out of the mud about how Miguel is supposed to have his abilities. But at least in that one, they showed that he doesn't have spider sense. In this show of the Ultimate Spider-Man, when they first introduced Miguel, it was actually pretty cool. You see Spider-Man go into the universe because of some shenanigans because of Green Goblin that looks so weird in this universe. The entire style was super cool. This is a great way to show Nueva York. But immediately what set me off was the fact when Peter was going through the universe, he was looking at, everything was futuristic and how the corporations have taken over the world, right? And that's fine. That's Spider-Man 2099. But what frustrates me is that there's a J. Jonah Jameson robot out there. I'm like, excuse me?
Giant robot Jameson!
Good morning, New York, 2099. The city is on the throes of a crime wave, and rumor on the street is that Spider-Man has given up, which is good news since Spider-Man is a menace.
Because the reason why I also like Miguel is because he is the opposite of Peter. A lot of things in that universe are not because he chose it. Miguel became Spider-Man as an adult. Peter became it as a teenager. In this one, Jameson doesn't exist because, you know, he's old and died. But and also, in his universe, he technically was loved by the media. Everyone loved him. So seeing already just trying to make 2099's like universe look like Peter's is really off-putting, because if this is like the first appearance of Miguel you've seen, this is already a weird set-off, because then you're gonna think that there's a Jameson in the future for Miguel, and then no, that's not true. And then you're gonna think that people hate him in his time, and no, he's considered a hero, because, you know, he's fighting corporations. Just like the few minutes of Peter going into the universe. The CGI was a great addition to it, as, you know, it's supposed to be futuristic, CGI, you know, is improving and all that good stuff. It's cool, and everything looks nice. Peter in the Spider-Man suit looks amazing. The Green Goblin was, what the hell was that thing? It was very uncomfortable to look at. But as we keep going, it shows these robots, he fights them, because, you know, he's all in the future kind of universe. But then, you know, he stops them, and then, like, 2099 comes and saves him, right? And one thing I will say is I do love that they kept his attitude. The other thing that makes Miguel very different from Peter is the fact that he is technically the opposite from inside the suit and outside the suit. See, while we know Peter is, you know, very jokey in the suit and, you know, very childish, you know, not childish, more just, you know, quippy, right? Like, we all know Spider-Man for that. But 2099 in his suit is more serious. Like, he takes his job way too seriously. And for Spider-Man, that's weird. But again, he's so different from him.
So what's it this time? Another android? Or a clone imposter?
I'm not an imposter. I'm the real thing.
I'm about to quit this gig, so congratulations. You get to be one of my last catches.
And in the show, they perfectly show that. He's like,
You don't even know who you're pretending to be. It's all just a joke to you.
And Miguel is, you know, telling Peter, hey, you have to take this more seriously. This is not a joke. And it's just funny. But there are some shots where it just looks really weird in the episode. The suit on Miguel was awesome, because they had to make it different from Peter, because Peter's on here looks a little more fabricy with the webs, you know, different. But in Miguel's, it's more nanotechy, even though in the comics it's unstable molecules, which the unstable molecules are the thing that the Fantastic Four wear to, you know, adapt to their powers, which is kind of cool. And a quick fun fact: Miguel's suit is actually a Dia de los Muertos outfit, which I'm like, why do you have a spider? Why does this world have a spider version of a skull? Now I'm curious. So technically, Miguel didn't even create the suit himself. It's the store-bought costume type thing. So other people tend to wear it as, you know, like praise to him. But we don't see any of this here, so you don't really have to think about it. I just kind of wanted to say that. You keep going, and you know, of course, Miguel is, you know, thinking Peter is an imposter for, you know, trying to be Spider-Man from the heroic age. Which, yes, they know about Spider-Man, but again, he's more of a legend because, you know, at the time when they created Miguel, this was like in the 90s. So this would have been like way over 100 years ago. So for 2099, now it's close now, but still. So Miguel is being, you know, angry that he's pretending to be Spider-Man. But then, you know, something is about to happen. And this is the thing that bothered me so much. So much. When they show that there's danger, you know, of course, there's spider sense. I was explaining that. But again, Miguel doesn't have spider sense. But in this show, when they show Miguel, they show him with spider sense. And I don't know what it was for me as a little kid, but when I saw Miguel use spider sense, because Peter and Miguel, you know, face front, you know, show him that he's gonna be aware, but then it shows the tingly sensation, the spider sense. And I don't know what it was with me as a child to be like, that is not his power. He does not have that. And something I forgot to mention in here too, it shows Miguel do this. This was a sin to me Because for me, I was very particular. As a very little kid, when someone would do Spider-Man like this or like this, I'm like, yeah, that's black suit. This, I don't know what the heck you're doing. So when I saw Miguel do this, that was wrong to me. Because first, it showed he had a little thing here. And that would imply that he has web shooters. He didn't have web shooters. And again, I know I said that I'm fine with it in Across the Spiders, but it's a little different because I haven't, like, show that it's like a futuristic thing. And I can excuse that. I don't know why I can excuse it now, but I can't. And also, he did it incorrectly. He doesn't do this. He does this. I know it's weird to say like it's a different direction, but it's because this is where the web comes out of. Because again, in the comics, he has organic webbing. So that's where it's supposed to go. This video just became more of a rant. Actually, it's been a rant the entire time, so if you're still here, thank you. He does not have web shooters. They're organic. And I think nowadays I can excuse the web, but the placement of the hands, I cannot forgive. And if I'm being too obsessive over that, then so be it. I just appreciate when characters are able to be how they're supposed to be. That's like saying if you wanted to make Peter's webs just ropes, would that feel right? No, it wouldn't. Well, that's how they introduced him in this show, and as a first introduction to people, I don't like it. Again, the show didn't really interest me as much. There were some interesting stuff, like introducing Miles and...
Oh, whoa. I'm not you. You're dead, which makes me dead. No, wait. Neither of us could be dead. That's impossible, Peter Parker. So you're not dead?
Introducing all the other Spider people in his universe. And that's cool, because that's when Miles was first introduced in the media. That's awesome. The thing is, they only showed Miguel as a short bit in the episode. It's like a two-parter, I think. And it was weird. I'm like, can we have more of it? Because, yes, even though I literally basically destroyed what I thought about Miguel in that episode, I love the CGI they used. I love the movement of it in some areas. And I wish I saw more. Because I don't think we saw any more of 2099, other than the background.
No matter how many of you there are, I am bigger, faster, and stronger.
But I would have liked to see more. And in that style. Because again, Peter looked awesome. In that universe, I never liked the little no red around the arm that connects to the glove. And it was just blue in that universe. But it still looked in the CGI. But yeah, that was my thought of 2099's first TV introduction. But what did you think? Did you like my little rant on Miguel's first introduction into TV? Please leave your comments down below. Did you know that this was his first TV appearance? Did you not know? Or did you know and not really care? And if you like me basically just talking about this, and if you like this video, please like it, share it so we can get out to more people. And if you want to see more and get notified, please subscribe and then hit the notification bell so you can just see when my videos come out. And hey, this has been Dynamite, and I hope to see everyone in the next video.